So welcome to the SS Productions channel. If you're watching this on YouTube, this will be an extensive podcast episode in case you want every single detail of everything I want to say, because I have a lot to talk about. We're gonna start from the very basics and then evolving with TikTok, like you've seen in the title of however you're consuming this piece of content. So the links for the podcast episodes will be at the top of the description for all the details. But on this YouTube video, we're gonna have this edited to the best of the best parts, everything you need, and we'll try to condense it down into less than 10 minutes. So the first thing on your mind is probably, how do you get viral on TikTok?
Do you have a system for consistently generating viral content?
No. Because viral content by nature is viral and uncontrollable. I have a system to produce consistent content with the hope of it being viral. Do you know how many people sit around all day trying to figure out how to make something viral?
Yeah.
And let me tell you one thing about everybody here who's still waiting for their first piece of viral content. It's not as exciting as you think it is.
Especially when you have the unluxury of having a viral hit. Too many people then are looking for that moment again. It's a real killer. If you get unlucky and have something go crazy, you then get stuck looking for crazy, which means you stop making. Make sense? You know, for me, I make 100 pieces of content that add up to 4 million views instead of being crippled for 9 days making one video hoping for 4 million views that gets 37,000 views.
Everybody wants viral. But what actually works is consistent content.
And let me tell you, this is the best app, the best platform right now for Twitch streamers, content creators, for anyone to start building a personal brand and just getting, mostly, you know, for most people that I think are gonna watch this are Twitch streamers, getting Twitch discoverability. Now, the only thing I can tell you from what I've observed is your first TikTok is your most important TikTok. A lot of people blow up in their first video, but I'm gonna try and broaden my perspective. I'm gonna assume that you've never made videos before, you've never edited. So my biggest tip before you even think about going viral is consuming TikTok. Some people can consume TikTok for 10 minutes, get it and understand and post something amazing. So I'm gonna give an example. Mike Oofs on TikTok is actually a Twitch streamer. His first couple TikToks, absolutely incredible, because he knows what good content is and he has a niche of gamers, which is incredible. Obviously you'd want that if you are trying to grow your Twitch channel and you're primarily gaming. But now for most of you, you should consume up to 5 hours of TikTok. Like, I know that's a ton. You might work a job, you have kids, whatever you need. My biggest mistake with TikTok is actually not consuming enough content. I joined TikTok in January in 2019, and guess what? I failed. I failed to understand why this platform didn't work for me. And the reason was I didn't understand the language of TikTok. So that's why I'm here today to explain this video to you, or this a podcast episode, however you're consuming. So now that you've watched a bunch of TikToks, but you need to write down ideas. Part of the culture of TikTok is taking a trend, taking an audio, taking a visual gag, and putting your own twist to it. Some of you work a job, you could put a twist on your construction job on this TikTok. You could put a twist to streaming, you could put a twist to gaming, you could put a twist on informational mental health, on motivation. There's a lot of things open. Now, after you've written down all your ideas, one thing I forgot to mention is try to attach a link to your idea. Like, take the link of a TikTok that you've seen that you liked and link it, and so you visually remember what your idea was about, because you might go back later and read it and be like, what? Like, I have all my TikToks written down in the iPhone app of just notes, no special app, anything. This video is being recorded on a phone. Guys, you don't need equipment. That's another tip I need to tell you. Your equipment for TikTok doesn't matter. So 2 things I need to mention when making your first video. If it's very similar to someone's that you're referencing, definitely give credit. The caption of your TikTok does not matter as much as you think. So while you're consuming content on TikTok, you might notice that a lot of creators use hashtags that are not related. They'll use hashtags that are already at the top. They'll say like hashtag Halloween, hashtag best basketball shots, like whatever's trending right now, and they'll put it in their TikTok.
Don't do this.
You are starting TikTok, okay? Do not copy what the top creators are doing. That's a mistake. Don't be afraid to fail. This is super critical. You have to let go of your fear of copying someone else. Give credit. Like that, this is part of TikTok. You might have your own unique twist. Someone watching this video might turn out to be an original creator that pops and kills it. I really hope one of you are like that. I'm on a different part of my journey than you are. So now what you should do in your caption is try to leave something really short and really witty. Now, not everyone's like that, so you might as well give credit to another creator and just leave it like that. Your caption's not important at all. If you're targeting a niche on TikTok, use more hashtags in that niche. But if you're not, if you're targeting, let's say something like you have dark humor or you are a student, like something that's already you see that's popping on TikTok, use less hashtags, the For You page, and just a little bit, because I see that as trending more and that gets more views. Let me pull up a clip from Casey Neistat. His advice for YouTube directly applies to TikTok. Listen to this.
I'm not naive to the fact that a lot of people see YouTube as a cash register. I also know that there are a lot of creators, I think the majority of the creators that I've come in contact with, who are first motivated by their own desire to make things and to share their own ideas. And I think it is that fact that motivates a lot of new creators to come to this platform, and people who otherwise wouldn't be filmmakers or content creators or video or TV people. They're encouraged by what they see here on YouTube to create. They're not just motivated by a check. I hate this idea that it says to you, if you have a small channel, a tiny channel, that your content doesn't have value. And while it sucks and it may be challenging for you, it doesn't mean your work isn't of value. And I know, and I like to think that YouTube knows, that the next big generation of creators on this platform are people who right now have less than 1,000 subs. That's where it starts. Anything that you really want in life is always really fucking hard to get. So the hurdle's a little bit higher now, but the opportunity is still there. And I end this by bringing up my friend Peter McKinnon. Peter's a huge YouTuber now. He has 1.7 million subscribers. His content's fantastic. Peter's channel is like 13 or 14 months old. A year ago, I didn't know him. A little over a year ago, he had 0 subscribers. He earned 0 AdSense. He had 0 brand deals. He had no channel at all. But he started it. He brought something new to the channel. He worked really hard. He did some interesting things to bring press and attention to what he was doing on the platform, and now he is, by all definitions, a successful YouTuber. So yes, it's harder, and it's only gonna get harder. The opportunity is still there. It's definitely harder to succeed on YouTube today than it was yesterday, and it was harder yesterday than it was 12 days ago or 9 days ago before they started this new policy. But it's easier today than it will be tomorrow. And it's definitely easier today in 2018 than it will be next year in 2019, and so on and so on and so on. If your children dream of YouTube stardom, do them a favor. Support that ambition now. If your dream is to be a YouTuber, do it. Do not let this shit discourage you. Charge ahead, because the world of creativity needs you.
And not only are celebrities joining this app, you're having creators every day who are hungry for this opportunity. And I'm sure you are if you're trying to watch this video, if you're taking notes. If you take notes, I applaud you. That's the type of thing I've done. I have a notepad full of things, so I have been researching for a long time. It's crazy. Like, guys, seriously, we cannot connect the dots of our future. The only thing we can do is work hard for what we want and still be optimistic about it. So I think that's everything I had to say on starting TikTok. We're going to be making more content in the future, whether you consume it via podcast, whether you consume it by a YouTube video, on Twitter clips, whatever it is. I just want to make sure that we are working together towards our dreams, because teamwork really does make the dream work. We are not alone in content creation. You're not the only streamer out there. You're not the only one struggling out there. We all have to support each other if we want to be some of the next and up-and-coming streamers, some of the next up-and-coming content creators, up-and-coming TikTok creators, whatever it is you want. So just as a reminder, if you're watching this YouTube video, everything I said was condensed for this video so you can consume the best of the best content. But if you want to hear the details and everything, make sure to check out the podcast. Look up SS Productions or The Strength in Your Struggle for content creators and streamers. That'll be the name of the podcast. And it's not up yet, but I really, really want to put it on Anchor, have it on Spotify, any app you listen to. That's where it's going to be, so it can be accessible to everybody. But that'll be it for me. If you enjoyed this content, I really hope I can keep consistent YouTube content, so don't forget to subscribe. But if you want consistent creators, make sure to subscribe to Ashley Christ, Harris Heller, or he goes by Alpha Gaming on YouTube, and GaryVee. Those are my biggest inspirations, and they're hustling harder than me, and you can learn more from them than me. I'm just putting out mindset and motivation for you, mostly tailored to TikTok. We're gonna work on something else. But one other TikTok tip I almost forgot to say. Do whatever you can to make yourself stand out. For me, I like to think it is editing, knowing how to edit after 4.5 years of editing. You have something unique about you, whether it's your job, whether it's a relationship you have with someone. Have fun with this app. Don't take your profile too seriously. Don't sell yourself out. This is not Instagram. This is not Twitter. Unless you're targeting a niche that's serious, put a non-serious bio so people can laugh and they'll be like, yeah, I'm following this person. But if you watch this far and you want to continue conversations and just have back and forth combos about your needs and your questions about TikTok, I'm live every Tuesday, Friday, Saturday. TFS is how I like to think of my schedule, at 7 and 8 p.m. Eastern, mostly 8 p.m. Eastern. I'll always be live on those days at twitch.tv/snowstop. And I hope you take it easy.